name is Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. And boy, we're back again. It's a deep dive review of Jodie Whittaker's Doctor Who. So that really needs to be done. Why does it need to be done? Because, in the moment, you don't really realize how bad things are, right? When things are like when tragedy or insanity strikes, your brain doesn't really process it. It happens too quick, right? And I think that's where we were when this awful era of Doctor Who began. And I think we're all trying to give it a pass, trying to be nice to it. Now I'm looking at it in the cold light of day, and it's so bad, right? So this episode is essentially just a collection of 2017 progressive talking points wrapped around a flimsy structure to propagandize them, right? That's essentially what this episode is, which is why it fell so absolutely completely. It's why Whittaker fell so completely to deliver it, because it's not, these are not real stories. These are not stories. These are not performances. These are lectures. This is propaganda. I mean, I'm sorry, it just is. And what do I mean about propaganda? Instead of coming on straight on screen and saying, something like, trans women are women, trans women are women, which they always scream at you, right? Instead of doing that, they thought they'd go for a more subtle approach back in 2017 and just do a story about a man giving birth and say it's totally normal. Oh, no, do a trans. Oh, you're saying trans? You must be weird. Oh, really? Really? I'm not. Okay, you're the weirdo. So anyway, that's what this episode is. It's not very good. In fact, it's monumentally bad, right? It's not very good. It's I think underselling it somewhat. It's monumentally bad. Fine, before we get into it, can you hit the like button, the share button, and the subscribe button? I think this should be shared high and low, and people should really, really know how insanely bad this Doctor Who is. I think it'll be an important message for future generations of don't do this. That's a very, very important message. Don't do this. Don't do this. Fine. Like, share, subscribe, comment, sign up to my Substack. It's going out on Sunday. So, as long as I remember, I should really set it up beforehand to go out on Sunday. Sunday is Sunday Comics Day. We get and Friday you also get comics. So we got the Ice Warriors running right now. It's a great little story, right? These are one-page strips. I really enjoy it. So I hope you guys enjoy it too. Like, share, subscribe, comment, Substack. You want to sign up to my pay Substack, you get even more cool stuff there. Hopefully, I'm going to be getting out some digital art. This is going out hopefully on Sunday, so I hope to have something ready by then. Right? I'm really, really excited by the whole digital art thing. But that's essentially where we are. Like, share, subscribe, comment, Substack. All those things are freaking awesome. Thank you very much. And now we have to go to something that's not freaking awesome. We have to go to Jodie Whittaker and Chris Chibnall's Doctor Who. Bum ba dum ba dum ba dum ba da dum ba. Woo! No, it's not that. It's not Doctor Who at all. It's awful. It's awful. Okay, so what I try and do with these reviews, right? These are very forensic. This is basically after after the plane crash when they go through the wreckage and they try to work out what happened. How did this plane crash quite so hard? So that's what these reviews are, right? That's what these reviews. It's so. What this episode is it's a few things. It's a mess. It's an absolute mess. It's a few things. I think they wanted to do an episode which showed how the Doctor, without any hope and any equipment, rallies the people around them, makes them the best version of themselves, and lifts them up, right, to be great people. It's essentially the same way without any as. The 11th Hour. The 11th Hour, I think, is probably one of Stephen Moffat's best scripts. It's absolutely brilliant. Gotta be the best opening episode of any Doctor. It's so clever, right? It's so clever. It does so many things, and it does them all well. It introduces you to Matt Smith's Doctor. It introduces you to Amy Pond. It introduces you to ongoing mystery. It introduces a great new villain. It puts him in an impossible situation with no tech, no TARDIS, no sonic screwdriver, no tech, and it ratchets up the stakes, and he gets to define himself as a Doctor. I think that is his first Doctor moment, right? I am the bit where he faces off against the Atraxi. That is his first Doctor moment, right? And he is a few of them. I would say Tom Baker's first real Doctor moment will be Ark in Space, right? The episode 1, Ark in Space, when he's like looking at it, has that like Shakespearean speech. And we're on episode 5 right now, and we haven't had one with Jodie Whittaker. In fact, we're getting further and further away right now. So what they want to do is try and do what they did in 11th Hour over here, but they can't help themselves. But it falls right into white savior syndrome, like straight away, right? Chris Chibnall is a white savior, right? As is Jodie Whittaker, as is Jodie Whittaker's Doctor, because the people they rally together are all people very much on the progressive stack, and everything is trying to make you think of things not in the traditional evil white male patriarchy way, but in a new, more stunning and brave way, right? So that's what it. And as such, it fails on so many levels. There's so many errors in and mistakes in it, that because they don't care, because they just focus on job. And really, it's Doctor Who, as Philip Hinchley said, is the show that finds you out, right? It's absolutely the show that finds you out. Which it found out Chris bloody Chibnall. Right, so it starts off cold opening, and it's cold opening. It's always awful, right? The cold opening always sucks. It starts like boom, boom, and the theme music is horrible. I quite like the visuals, right? This is okay, and I do like how it speeds up. And directed by Jennifer Parrott, the direction is lackluster. She was clearly a diversity hire, right? You hire. Everything about this is diversity hire. The Tsuranga Conundrum. I mean, Christian himself has said in his interviews that he likes giving people opportunities. He's like, no, he likes giving black people opportunity, or people he feels lesser than him, that he can help out. He wants to be a white knight, which is what this essentially is. So we start off, and again, this fails because this Doctor hasn't established himself as a Doctor at all, right? She really hasn't, and she gets further and further away from it, right? So they're on. It's just dumb idea, right? It's a dumb idea. They're on a junk planet, right? And they're looking for some shit. I don't know what they're looking for. They're looking for something, right? And then she's like, oh, and they've been there for hours. With metal detectors looking for something. And she's like, oh, we might be on the wrong junk planet, right? And she's always so I mean, like, I don't know. You're not hot enough to be this ditzy and stupid, right? You're not. It's like, what the hell's going on? And she said, hey, working up. We might be on the wrong junk planet. So they're like, but we've been here for freaking hours, mate. Hours. Why? And then, she attacks Graham for saying that. She threatens to throw him at the TARDIS. Like, yeah, I just took you rampaging on the flocket of Florida, right? So then Graham, again, the gross negligence of this Doctor, which is like we've never, ever seen in any Doctor before, right? Even when they try to portray Colin Baker's Doctor as being grossly negligent in Trial of the Time Lord, he wasn't this grossly negligent, right? So Graham finds something. Hey, I found something they're looking for. And she goes, oh no, and it's a mine, right? It's a mine, and they did, and she's like, oh, I don't know what to do, right? It's a sonic mine, and she's like, nobody move. We set it off, and we've only got like 2 seconds, and oh no, boom, it blows up. So it's like, she's lucky they're not all killed. Right? It's insane. I mean, they talk about hope a lot in this episode, right? They talk about, oh, it's good, we got to have hope. Hope seems to be their code word for blind luck and not dying when they absolutely should do, which is what this is one of the times. So anyway, let's recap. We're a couple of minutes in, we're on a junk planet for hours looking for something, and we don't know what, with metal detectors. Might be on the wrong planet. They come across a mine. It blows up, and they should all be dead, right? They should all. And if you hadn't had an idiot with your cold opening, you could have and got rid of the cold opening, you could have had that, and it actually would have been much better than what you had. But no, right? Absolutely not. No, it's it's just bizarre. And like again, it's what they want to maneuver her into this position so she doesn't have any. She's in an impossible situation, but by doing that, they depleted the character of the Doctor by making her into a moron, right? So then they go, oh, and she wakes up and she doesn't know where I am. What's going on? Oh, I don't know what's happening. So this is the second time they should all be dead in 4 episodes. I think it's worth pointing out. So they wake up and they've been rescued and are in a hospital after like blowing up a mine. And who's this? Is this the guy everybody wants to be the Doctor? And they wake up and she's like, oh, I don't know what's going on. And they're like, no, just can't wait. She's looking for her ident card or something they don't have. And she's just groggy, doesn't know what's going on. Everybody else is being revived, and she was the last one revived, right? That is Tom Ellis, isn't it? I think it's Tom Ellis. Right? Let's have a look. Let's see. Let's see the guest cast of this piece of garbage, which I think is a fair way of describing it. Let's look on Wikipedia. Oh, that's dragging. So we'll wait for that one. We'll keep going. But I think it's Tom Ellis, right? So he's like, calm down. You got injuries. You've been hurt. You're in a sonic mine, and you're like, well, it's like they've been taken to a hospital. They think, oh, here it is. Who have they got? No, it's Brett Goldstein. Okay. He is a British actor, comedian, and a writer. He's best known for writing and starring Apple TV's Plus's said Ted Lasso. I like that. That's what he looks like. Oh, that's him. Yeah, he writes that? I didn't know. No, it's not Tom Ellis. Okay, but he's pretty good. I do like him in it. And she's all groggy and trying to work. Again, absolutely useless. Doesn't know what's going on. Heavily injured. Or staggering about. She's not been discharged, not listening to anyone, right? She staggers about, not knowing anything, whilst bragging that she knows everything, right? And she's like, don't do that. This guy would actually be good as a Doctor. He'll be good casting. He's like, no, look, you can't do that. You can't just walk around. And you're like, oh, no, I got some very valuable piece of property in me. TARDIS. I left it on the junk planet where people go to scavenge for stuff. Like, so wait a minute. So she's lost the bloody again, right? And she walks into this room which has a "Do Not Disturb" sign on it. This is a medical facility, and they're walking into somebody's private room, clearly looking at their medical records, right? So this is a android. This is a stunning and brave general who's again, this guy Chibnall's opinion of black people is so disgusting. Like, oh. Look at that, we're making them black. I bet that scares you, doesn't it, patriarch? No. We view people as people, weirdo, right? You view them as points, right? Which is gross. Demopin says, magically saved by a passing ship trope gets really tedious. Yes, this is the second time. This is the 5th episode. And this is the 4th episode that's happened in, right? It's so bizarre. It's so bizarre. So anyway, she wanders in, and so this is a stunning and brave general, and her robot lover, sort of. You get the feeling that is. And her brother, right? And they have a bit of a strange relationship. He doesn't like the robot, right? And they just wander and said, oh, we're just wandering in. And he says, oh, Eki Thump, your famous general from the future. You did the incredible thing. Oh, let me tell you again. She's in a bedroom, leave her. What the hell? So she's got this. He said, oh no, there was lots of people at that battle. And she said, oh no, you're absolutely great. Chuffing great. We love you. You're in the what's you good in the where are they? So she's in the book of celebrants. Oh, you're so great. And she said, oh yeah, no, she said, oh, what's your name? She said, I'm the doctor. I said, aren't you also in a book of celebrants? You have a whole chapter. I said, oh no, that's just a common name. Oh no, not me. Gotta go. Like in a very unconvincing way, right? Because like, oh, I like to brag a bit, me. And so one's again heavily injured, just woken up, and then she goes back and she brags. Actually, it was more a volume than just a chapter. Icky thump on the best. So she keeps wandering out. And again, look at that arrogant blood expression, right? I mean, I can't believe she actually comes back to brag, right? It's so like, what other doctor would do that? Right? That's not charming. It's like you're watching David Tennant's Doctor. Who David Tennant has an idea what charming is and what being nice is, and you don't, and you're like, and you don't understand it. You're just obnoxious. It's weird, right? So she's staying around the ship, not listening to anyone, and she's oh look, this is probably the way to go. She breaks into like the control room. Oh no! Now you get propaganda number 2. She meets this guy who's pregnant, and again, this hatred of normative family, right? Is like this guy not only pregnant, got knocked up on a holiday, and they only have like a 10-day gestation, or something stupid like that. And then you get more stupid anti-science says that in their world, boys give birth to boys and girls give birth to girls, right? Because they want to break the idea of women being, they want to break the idea of there being a family. And so he says, I'm pregnant. And again, this would have been kind of cute if it wasn't, 2020, right? But it's not. It's like, this is propaganda, right? Propaganda. Over here. Stealing ideas from Red Dwarf. You're absolutely right. And not just propaganda, very blatant propaganda. Oh, it's so stunning and brave. You're so stunning and brave being pregnant. And he said, he basically saying how he got knocked up on vacation. And like, this is terrible. They got knocked up on vacation, right? I don't know. So like, they found her wandering around. God, look at her. And she's like, it's like, wait a minute. They're trying to find the exit. Where's the exit? Then she goes, wait a minute, there is no exit. She feels the floor and realizes it vibrates. Says, we're on a spaceship. And he says, yes, that's right. You're on a spaceship. And they got picked up. Like, again, they're completely of her own idiocy. She was on this planet looking for something for hours. And they picked up a mine and it blew up. And by the stroke of luck, they got picked up by this ambulance ship. Like, I mean, they should all be dead. They should all be dead, right? And she's like, but we got to go back. How do we turn the ship around? We got to go back and get the TARDIS. No, you can't, right? Like, we have all these patients that need to get to medical facility, right? You got to get to the hospital. You can't turn it around. They're like, no, I got to find a way in. Yeah, I got to find a way to do it, right? Come on, turn. And she goes, oh man, there we go. Doink. He's like, no, I've got to keep going. Oh, man, why does it keep flicking backwards? Right. So she's like, just being, the average terrible patient here. That way. There we go. And she's walking away again. I mean, like, she doesn't give a shit about anybody. This is not the Doctor. So she breaks into this room, this drive room, right? And she's like going to hack into it. And then she's like, no, we're going to have to restrain you if you do that. So, no, I need to get to the TARDIS. I think you're there completely out of your own idiocy, you stupid woman, right? They're completely out of her own idiocy. That's the only reason you're there, right? Because you're lucky not to be dead. And he's like, we're going to have to sedate you if you don't do this. You can't break in. So, no, I've got to get back. It's super important. So, all these people, there's a bunch of people who are going to die if they don't get to hospital. And he's like, oh. So he managed to talk her down, right? Managed to talk her down. He said, you might be right there. Maybe I shouldn't be a selfish cunt, right? Essentially, that's the conversation they say. And like, it's not okay. It's not okay. This is not the Doctor. The Doctor, post-regeneration trauma, maybe. But, like, again, you're halfway through a first season at this point. This is not the Doctor, right? No other Doctor would behave this way, right? And you made a big deal at Time Lord Victorious. That was, like, half a scene, right? It was special. Not the entirety of the persona of the character. Right, and so they're trying to work out where she has to go. They're looking at the space. They're, hey, what's that over there? They see something travel towards them, like just purely coincidentally, completely. Again, it is also contrived to get them to the first plot point where they're you'll see, yeah, but it's very, very contrived. And this thing clunks into the ship. Says, hey, you thought, what's that? And of course, she doesn't know anything because she's an idiot, right? She's an absolute idiot. And they see this thing like plow through the ship, and to like, oh, it's going this way, it's going that way, and we got to do something with it. There we go. And it's going over to one. There's two escape pods going to one escape pod. And then it like starts to eat through things, and the power starts to go. And said, "Look, okay, we have to go, try and work out what it is, right, and do something about this thing." And so he's saying, "Listen, I'll go to this one where it's going. You go to the last one it went to." He said, "No, I'll go to the one. I'll face it." It's like, "No, this is my ship. It's my responsibility." And he's like, "You have to do what I said." Yeah, I don't like doing things that are being told what to do. Excuse me. If you weren't such a doofus, you wouldn't constantly need to be told what to do. Yeah. Again, why they write the character like this? So then the new doctor or nurse, the robot goes up to him and says he needs more adrenaline blockers. He said, well, I'm not sure I can give you them because, we only have a certain amount. We've got to get to the hospital. He's like, well, we're VIPs. I hate to have to report you at your first voyage, and it'll reflect very badly on you. He said, oh, okay. You kind of blackmailed me into it then. Fine. So at that time, Graham wanders back into the private room and talks to this bloke, who the brother of the stunning and brave general. And he said, he basically says his sister's like the greatest ever, but she's hiding something from her. Like she's not really, she's got a different disease from what she's saying, and he knows it, and she won't say. And he's an engineer, and she's a great pilot, basically. So now the doctor's going to investigate, and again, look how scared she is through the whole thing, because she has no idea what's going on. So he goes and checks this escape pod while she checks the other one, and it's been jettisoned, right? So he goes into the one that hasn't been for some stupid reason, and he sees this thing in there eating away, and it causes the lights to go out, and of course his pod ejects into space, right? Hey, I'm going to get you. No, you're not. You're useless. You're absolutely useless. And we see a great example of the Jodie Whittaker inability to run, right? Just please. Why did you not practice running? Oh, right, because you didn't give a shit, right? You didn't need to do anything. And she's running down, right? He's like, so now he proves himself to be a good white male, right? You wonder about how he could be a white male. He's a good white male because he calls up the non-white nurse and says, oh, you can do this. You're the bestest ever. And just gets lots of positive reinforcement because you are the bestest super ever. Oh, let me give you positive reinforcement. And then he is ejected and blows up. Whoa, they all like roll around. They go, oh no. Let me get the next slides. And then doink. So he was trying to hack the general's record. So the doctor basically has let this guy die, right? Like she's screwed up. So this doctor is essentially useless, right? Absolutely useless. So then the doctor goes hunting, and there's something in the ship eating away, and eventually she finds it, and she has no idea what it is. And look at it. Look how pathetic this is. Look how scared this dog. I'm scared. So he growls, "Ah!" And she's like, "Ah!" Like, I'm sorry. Why are they playing this character as so weak? All right, I don't understand why this character is so incredibly weak. Basically, they're contriving themselves to get themselves in this position. And look how freaking terrified she is. So what's happening? So then she goes, he sneaks up to it and like says, "Oh, I don't know what it is. It's she has no idea, right? And no clue what it is. She scans it with a sonic screwdriver, and it eats the sonic screwdriver. Okay, so now she's exactly where they wanted this to be. And again, look at her. I like moments of fallibility are cool. Relentless fallibility isn't. Makes you look like a doofus, right? Like, I don't know why they thought this was a good creative decision. He thought, okay, like, I don't understand. What were they thinking? So then she's like, "Oh, I don't know what it is," and it jumps, spits out the sonic screwdriver. It doesn't work. Then jumps away. And they run away, and he's got the adrenaline blockers, and so they end up back in the drive room again, and we get an info dump on it, right? We get an info dump on what this thing is. They look at the computer knows somehow, she doesn't, right? She doesn't know, but they just said, "Well, what is it? Look, let me do a bit of hands on hip acting so I can be doctory," right? Oh God, look at that. I mean, again, you don't have the right to sneer at people when you're so useless, right? You've got your entire TARDIS crew, your large, diverse TARDIS crew, virtually killed, right? I don't know, they should all be dead, right? Now they're stranded on a space ambulance, luckily survived, and you may have lost the TARDIS, right? And now something came on the ship coincidentally at the same time. And you're like, and you just screwed up so much, you let your only guy who knew what's going on die. So, you're useless. You are absolutely useless. And I don't understand what that is. So then now the computer knows what they are. Doctor doesn't know, but they know, right? The computer knows. So it's a super creature. It eats everything, right? It eats through everything. It's apart from flesh, apparently, but it eats metal. It goes through anything. They're unstoppable. If you touch it, you die because it's toxic. And they know to destroy whole colonies. They're like giant. So it's like this magic bunny that can do anything. It's you know what it is? It's the Guardian from the Monty Python Holy Grail, the bunny. Hey, what's that? Yeah, where's the monster? It's the bunny rabbit. Wait, what? Is it behind the rabbit? No, it's the rabbit, right? Oh no, run away! That guy. That's what it is. This is a super powerful thing, right? And now she doesn't have a sonic screwdriver. Doesn't have a TARDIS. She's trapped on a flying ambulance, and they got this thing that's going to destroy the ship, right? So they again, not a clue what to do, right? No idea. Eats anything other than organic matter. And again, she's trying to think. Keep trying to think, and nothing happens. Don't worry, Daz. Yes, it's going to be stunning and brave in a couple of weeks. Fighting sea devils. We've seen that already. It's freaking incredible. Oh, God, look at her trying to. It's just stop. I don't know. And again, we have slightly brown nurse being scared and then being inspired, right? So, I don't know what to do. So meanwhile, this thing is going through the ship, eating it, right? And she gets her adrenaline blockers and well, why are you having more adrenaline blockers? What's going on? And pregnant man is like, do you want to touch my pregnancy? So the doctor's asked for like 7 minutes because she needs a minute to think. Because you think 7 minutes will do it, do you, darling? That's a bit optimistic. I mean, you haven't started thinking at all at any point during this entire season. So why do you think you're going to come up with anything now? So she's got 7 minutes to think. Meanwhile, they're going to have a meeting all together in the dry room. So they come together. So they came to get the pregnant man. And of course, we have some pregnant man. So I say, oh, you shouldn't be so narrow-minded and think only women have babies. Darling, yeah, okay, whatever. I mean, like, we live in a world where I will be banned from YouTube if I say that if you have a period, you're a woman. Yeah, you're probably a woman. Okay, whatever. Smoke me, right. Come on, you read. Who wrote that earlier? That was funny. Good Red Wolf reference. And they like, oh, it's really weird. Boys don't have boys, girls don't have girls. Where you come from? And he's like grossed out by them, and it's like it's so obvious. You know what this is? This is you grooming 4-year-olds, talking to 4-year-olds about sex, right? That's what it is. Freaking weirdos. And it's always been about this, right? It's always been grooming children to accept their sexually strange attitudes. And it's just become more and more apparent, hasn't it? Right. So so again, they visit the pregnant man. The whole episode is a bunch of flimsily, badly thought out ideas to make women stunning and brave, or trans nonsense about accepting. We got to be accepting. Now we're being asked to accept that sexualizing 4-year-olds, and we're told we're bigger, so we don't. Right. So Preggers man is going to give the baby away because he can't cope with being a parent. So it's like another awful subplot, right? Like, he got knocked up one night, and there's no moralizing about that. That's fine. And no, it's not fine. It's not fine to get yourself knocked up. I'm sorry. How about this? How about having sex only in in the context of a loving relationship? How about that for a crazy idea? How about only having sex if you're married? How about that? Oh, yeah. Would that be better for everybody? Would that be better for you? Yes. Would it stop unwanted pregnancies? Yes, it would, wouldn't it? Right? And I understand. Oh man, what a drag. But like, I understand. Listen, people are people. Humans will be everybody. But it should at least, you should see the benefits of a traditional married family unit, right? There are benefits to it in that everybody's freaking happier. Right, but no, because they want to destroy that family unit, which is what this is about. So it's so anti-science. Boys just give birth to boys, girls give birth to boys. So stupid. What I mean, like, so what you saying? One womb will only do boys. One womb will only do. It's like, and you talk about science, right? Unbelievable. Fine. So then we have this. But again, it's boring, right? The thing is, this is boring. There's no tension being ratcheted up because you don't really care about anyone, right? You don't care about any of these characters at all. So we talk about Ryan and how Ryan doesn't really know his dad, and he hopes the guy doesn't get rid of the kid. Basically, it talks about how his mum died when he was overheard that when he was 13. And his dad's been kind of absent since then. So then, oh God, yeah. So then we have the scene where the doctor talks about problem solving in the most idiotically simplistic way, like she's explaining the idea of problem solving. So, like when you have a patient and you don't know what he is, you look at the patient's symptoms and you work out what it could be. Yeah, well, we're going to do that now. We're going to say, we've got to get somewhere safe and not be killed by this thing. And we don't know how. We've got to find a way to do it, right? We're going to solve the problem. And you look at how I try to explain what problem solving is. This is like kindergarten Sesame Street stuff. This is so dumb. This is insulting the intelligence of children, all right? They need to imagine and think, and she has because she has ideas. This is what happens when dumb people try to write smart characters. They can't do it because she's too freaking dumb, right? Chibnall's too dumb to write somebody intelligent because he's dumb. And how do I know he's a dummy? I've seen this piece of garbage, right? I've seen this garbage. This is how I know he's a dummy, right? So that's how long they go trying to explain how to work out a problem. So the nurse asked the doctor what she's a doctor of. Said, medicine, science, engineering, Legos. I'm a bit of a card, me. Legos, hope, manly hope. Again, the only thing you have is hope because you're a disaster darling, right? You play this character like a disaster area. Right. And why? Because the whole point of this episode is to be the white knight, is to raise up these poor, marginalized people, poor black people, poor brown women, poor trans men, right? It's like raising up all these poor people and by making them be the bestest ever because you're the bestest ever. So disgusting. This thing is just so disgusting. So they work out... they finally ask themselves, what does this thing want? This thing want? And they just want to eat everybody. We killed Astor, so they just want to kill us all. I mean, obviously that's not what he wants. Yeah, it's like it takes him a while to like. Honestly, you ever read this comic, Gru the Wanderer, by the guy who did the Margin sketches in Mad? It was about this really stupid warrior barbarian. Right, and somebody would say they had this running gag, like in the beginning of an issue, they say, "We all know you are slow of mind, Gru," right? And then about 10 pages later, you'll see him think, "What's he mean, slow of mind?" Right? And this is it. This is dumb people writing smart characters. Greetings, Dr. Alex. How you doing? Love Gru. Gru's awesome. But they basically write this doctor as Gru, right? So she's trying to work out what's this thing want. We have to work out. So then I think the ship's computer, they get a call from Central. So yeah, they're on this space ambulance. They're stuck. There's no pilot. They're on an auto course, and they can't change it. And now they're being scanned by the Central facility to say they got Pating on board. And if they do, then we're going to have to blow up the ship. If we got then what to do? We're going to have to abandon ship. So we can't abandon ship because we've got no life pods. Because I'm useless, and I wasn't able to help anyone in any way, shape, and form. In fact, I just got we blundered we walked over a mine because I'm so shit, right? So amazingly shit. So they say if we can't evacuate the ship, then they're going to have to blow it up. So, but why? Well, if we bring this Pating thing back to civilization, it's going to destroy the entire hospital and everybody there, right? You're going to kill everyone. Again, this doctor doesn't give a shit about anything other than herself. And we see it eating more of the ship. It's such a dumb threat, right? It's just such a dumb threat. So again, right now this doctor is playing with the fate of maybe millions of people, maybe billions of people, by taking this thing back to civilization, where they're trying to work out how to get back to civilization and not stop them being, sterilizing, being saved. Like any doctor would probably, sacrifice himself rather than destroy the universe. It's the latest special. We Are the Champions, or an old episode. No, this is her 5th episode ever. These are forensic recaps. Okay, seeing basically what they do to recap what's going on. Essentially, they want to show the Doctor without any hope in a hopeless situation, and how she rallies everybody to be stunning and brave. And all those people she wants to rally to be stunning and brave just have to be people on the progressive stack who need to be raised up by a white savior, which is what this is. White savior, Doctor Who, white savior. So she goes over what's going on. It tells everybody's like we're kind of screwed. And then, no, we'll do it together because we're all studied and brave and all the bestest ever. We know what to do. So the general says, these things, actually, I've come across one once. They are, they are very, very dangerous. They killed my entire crew. They killed it. We have to destroy the ship. She's like, she knows we got to destroy the ship. So then she kind of takes charge and says, we got to protect the drive system, right? Because he's going to go straight for the drive system. So that leads into a scene, and she's going to work out a way of hacking into the ship that she can fly it, so they can go a different route. Who cares why, right? Who cares why? And the guys, the pregnant man, labor water breaks, and he's going to have a baby. Says, "Oh, can I have some men with me for the birth? She's a great midwife, but I need to have men with me." I'm like, again, will you stop preaching? That trans women are women. This is what you're doing with this, right? Okay, I understand that's your religion. I understand that's your belief. Isn't it enough that all of media and social media prohibits anybody saying anything other, right? Isn't it enough? No. You can't have anybody commit the thought crime, right? You've got to indoctrinate the kids early. I tell you, which is what this all is about. And again, when they did this, who would have thought that they will be people saying that a bill that to stop having having secret conversations with 4-year-olds about sex would be an anti-LGBTQ plus bill, right? It's an anti-pedo bill, mate. Anti-pedo bill. So they're having the baby. They're going to try and hack in and try and work out what to do. She creeps around being terrified. Fine. So she goes to the drive system. So goes into the drive system. They talk about it. And she explains what it is, and what she's doing. She's in her mind, she's inspiring lots of young children, lots of young girls to go into the science because she loves the science. Oh, Icky Thump, and she has no idea what she's saying. Oh, protons, and she has no idea what's going on. I like no idea. All I know, I'm being studied and brave and studying, and all the little girls will now become scientists. They'll break the evil male patriarchy. Oh, Icky Thump. Icky Thump, you're so studying and brave, Doctor. Studied and brave. Yes, you are, darling. Stunning and brave. So now they have to protect the drive. They know stasers stun these things for a little bit, right? So her and the robot boy are protecting the drive system, and they're like, okay, you stay here, and then she's still talking about the thing. Still talking about again. She's trying. Yeah, this is a speech about this. She thinks this is her doctor moment. It's not. She's just useless, right? Absolutely useless. And again, so then she gives Yaz this blanket so that can touch the evil Stitch piece of crap. In case she needs it. The android, by the way, can touch it without it being a problem. But no, let's give it to Yaz. And then they go, they hear it coming. Meanwhile, in the drive room, her brother's an engineer, but she's never really looked up to him. So he says, "Oh, I can hack into it. I'll do it." Says, "Can you really?" "Oh, I know I'm a man, but I can do it. Oh, let's subvert expectations." And then she have a weird conversation. "Oh, you don't have, I don't know, Dicky Botty or whatever it is you got, yeah. Yeah, you don't have whatever you're saying you have. What's going on?" And she's like, "Oh, it works out. She's got this thing called pilot's heart." Said, "Oh, but I'm such an inspiration. Look at me. Look how studied and brave I am. People can't know I got pilot's heart. Oh, it'll be so embarrassing. Oh no, we can't do that. So we'll keep it quiet." No, that says, "Oh, pilot's heart. Yeah, I knew. That's why she's using adrenaline." Again, nobody knows what pilot's heart is. Nobody cares. It doesn't work. You just want the doctor to make these people be their bestest ever, because that's what the doctors are. "Oh, you're having a baby. Oh, I'll help you out." Yes, and they all Oh, by the way, yeah, this race of people who have boys, girls have birth. You know how they give birth, right? You know how the boys give birth? Because it's a race, right? It's a normal thing. They have to have a cesarean section. So you're telling me a race evolved that needed a medical procedure to reproduce. Is that what you're saying? Oh my God. Oh my God. It's so it's again, the quality is so insanely low, right? The quality is just so insanely low. And there's like, so then they have him giving birth. Meanwhile, they start firing the stasers at the little Stitch thing. Pow, pow, pow. There it is. It breaks in, and then she again. The robot man, this guy can touch this thing and he's fine, right? Nothing's going to happen. If Yaz touches it, she dies. Again, reckless endangerment. She wraps it in a blanket. And whatever she gets it wrong, right? And touches it and kicks it away. Oh, gotta go. Okay. It seems a bit cruel, but okay. So there, we just got to work out. We need to give you more power, right? We need to get more power. It says, oh, a key thump. I've just worked out what it wants. Oh, again, this is insane, right? This is her face of realization. She's worked out what the Stitch things wants. She wants energy. It doesn't want to kill. Oh, it's just a little furry ball who wants energy. Oh, that's all it wants. We just got to give it what it wants. They won't try and kill us. Again, she doesn't know what this thing is. This is her theory, right? Has no idea what this thing is. Never seen it before. Terrified of it, right? But left a stunning and brave family to look at, a fam to do it. And this is how I think, it wants energy. Oh, I worked it out. And then they get her hooked in, and they're not sure how much she can drive. But she's stunning and brave. She's the best as ever. Oh, I can do it. Look at me. I'm a black person. I'm a black woman being a hero. Oh, black women are heroes. It's incredible. I mean, like, what do they think we're going? Oh, a woman being a pilot. Oh, how could that be? Well, she's a black woman. Oh my God. Her skin isn't white. Oh no. Oh, like, what do you think's going on? And he's like grinning to himself, Chibnall going, yeah, that's one for the patriarchy. I bet the sexists hate that. What? No. What you people are calling sexist is actually, normal people. Normal people hate you freaking sexist. How do we know? Sexist and racist? How do we know? Because the British public has vomited you out, right? As every other bigot that has raised its head in the British society. I have to say, I'm really impressed with Britain this way, because yes, you've had your Mosleys, you've had me, and what's happened every time, and it's always been the bloody working class that does it. They kick them out, right? They absolutely kick them out. Same here, right? No one's interested in your insane bigotry, which is all this is. So it says, oh look, being stunning and brave. I'm flying the ship now to go a different route. They get another strike, right? They can only get one more time where they can say there isn't a Bating there. Then they'll blow up the ship. They've got to get back really quickly. With a Bating on board, right? The thing that will destroy millions of people, right? Maybe billions, right? And it's going, oh, let me run badly down the corridor again. Oh, I keep on chomp. I mean, wasn't it obvious that they wanted energy from the beginning? So we have a Jodie plan coming up. So she runs to the drive room, right, and says there's a bomb in it that they'll use to blow up the ship, right? So if I take that bomb out, I'm going to use it, right? So she breaks in and again doesn't really know anything about this region of space, doesn't know about the where she is in time. I mean, she does, but like she's got herself trapped, nearly got everybody killed many times over, right? But it doesn't matter. Because they wanted to do the 11th hour. They want to do the 11th hour for Jodie, and it's written by morons. Literally written by morons. So she gets the bomb, the little bomb, and says, "Oh no, now I've got to do my stunning plan." Meanwhile, stunning and brave general flies the ship. Oh, I'm stunning and brave. Oh, you're stunning and brave. But I'm feeling a bit sick. Oh, maybe I have to sacrifice myself. I can see it coming a bloody mile away. So she runs to the airlock, right? And leaves the bomb in there. Says, oh, yeah, I think my number's in 160. It says 51, right? So she said, okay. She says it's going to blow up in 51 seconds. right? And they don't, and it coming close to blowing up, right? It was going to attract the Pating, and they got 51 seconds. And if the Pating doesn't come, they're going to blow up the ship. This is an Egypt, and she knows nothing about this thing. Remember, has no clue, right, what this thing is at all, and she's terrified of it. Says, "Oh, we got to, yeah, but things got to come, and it's not coming." And someone's having a baby, and she doesn't care because it's an idiot plan because she just thinks she's right. She may be, but there you go. They start giving birth, and she explains, "Oh, we got about 10 seconds left. We may live, we may not. I don't know." They go do it. So they're doing a C-section with this bloke. It's going, oh, I don't know. It was a good plan. I thought it was going to work. Doctor, we get it. And suddenly, yeah, look at that. We're not all going to die. Here comes Stitch. So they, oh God, they indicated with having the baby. I hate this. I said, oh, I'm going to keep the baby. And he goes, he gets the bomb. And again, he's in an airlock right now, right? Holding a bomb that might blow up, right? And it's going to blow up in seconds. Why not close the airlock and open it? Close the door and open the airlock to get rid of him, rather than taking this into civilization that will destroy it, right? No, they got to watch him first. He eats it and he blows up. And he goes, oh, that was good. Yeah, that was good. And they just stand and watch it for a little bit longer. Why not? Again, who knew it would contain the explosion? She didn't know. Didn't know a damn thing about it. Then finally they blow it into space, right? Finally. They couldn't have done that a few minutes ago. No. That would make sense. Eki thought. And the ship starts to shake. Her disease has got too much for her. She was too stunning, too brave, and she can't make it. Oh no, what we're gonna do? What we're going to do? We're going to go to the next set of slides. All right, let me move that. But luckily she's right. She's so the rest of the episode is just kind of like did they finish giving birth? They finished giving birth to the baby. Oh, look, it's so nice. I'm going to keep it as a single parent. Why not have a bloody family? No. General's dead. Oh, look, she killed another one. Essentially killed another one, and he ended up flying the ship back to where they're going. And then what goes on? They're saying, oh, it's a lovely boy. We want to name it after you. We'll call it, what was it again? I'll say some stupid name. He said, no, there's some here. Basically talking about how history was distorted, right? They wanted to call, I can't remember what it was, but like call him like Mr. Pickles or something. Because like, oh, isn't he the big hero from Earth? And he's like, no, I said, that's not really right. Says, oh, look, you rose to the challenge. I see your world. You inspired me. That's what I do. I aspire. Hope prevailed in the end. Hope prevailed. Luck prevailed. And again, they wanted to do the 11th hour when the Doctor had no hope and nothing to rely on, and inspires everybody, and there's a massive white savior, right? That's basically what they wanted to do. They turned the 11th hour into the Doctor being a white savior. And that's basically what it was. So he's like, oh, get the baby, that's good. Yeah, who gives a shit, really? And basically, this coda is, who gives a shit about any of this? It's this idea that men and women are interchangeable, and there's nothing, they're not. Men and women are different. I don't know what to tell you. So the general's dead, so he's going to shut down now. Another one dead. And I'm sorry, it was mean to you, but okay. But now you're going to die. Let's all move on. Oh yeah, so they want to. They ask him, the robot, to give the memorial prayer. What's going to happen is they're going to get back to the hospital facility, and they're going to teleport them back to the junk moon. They've been asleep for 4 days, but they were out for 4 days when they blew themselves up. Like 4 days, right? Again, I want to recap what always happened this episode as we nearly wrapped it up. list out the sins. The doctor's on a junk planet, like with a giant junkyard with the fam, looking for something for hours and not finding it. Instead, they find a mine. It goes off and apparently kills them all. Apparently, no, they were lucky. A passing spaceship picks them up, but they don't know that. They just think they're in a hospital when they wake up. And the doctor walks around, doesn't listen to everything, breaks into a room with a private medical consultation, wanders around some more, sees a pregnant man, then breaks into the computer, says, "Oh, we got to get back." Find out they've been in space. We got to get back to the TARDIS. Oh, it's on a jump planet where people take things and we've left it there. Then this little space bunny arrives, just completely coincidentally. She's useless. Knows nothing about it. Useless dealing with it. The guy in charge of the ship gets killed first. And a bunch of people end up getting killed as she rallies everybody to be sturdy and brave and survive, possibly bringing this thing back to civilization that will kill everybody. So finally, they say a serenity prayer about in memory of the general, and she's stunning and brave. That's basically it. She's stunning and brave, and they make it to the space station. And it's shit. It's so shockingly bad, right? It's so shockingly bad. And the reason it's so bad is it's very, very transparent that they're not interested in telling good stories. They're interested in educating young children, right? This is not an exciting story. This is many, many plot holes. They have the doctor over and over and over again being just terrible, just absolutely terrible, selfish, destructive, like putting everyone's life in danger in a serious way, scared, gloating, preachy, and they're like, well, and they're surprised that this show tanked, right? They're surprised this show tanked. We're so surprised they can't even admit it. Yeah, it absolutely tanked. Oh, thank God it's over. What a piece of garbage. What a piece of garbage. Oh! It's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring that little bell, and have yourself a freaking awesome... When's this going out? Sunday? A freaking awesome Sunday. Assume it goes out Sunday.